Hi, I'm Warren Nash and I'm a chef on YouTube. I'm in the Scoff kitchen where I'm doing the Tasty Tenner Challenge, where I'll be making 4 delicious recipes using £10 worth of ingredients. Excluding regular store cupboard items like flour, eggs and milk, we have grated cheddar cheese, a tin of chopped tomatoes, 6 floured rolls, 2 sweet potatoes and an apple, 3 peppers, an onion, 600 grams worth of pasta, 500 grams of couscous, 4 chicken drumsticks, 250 grams worth of minced pork, some Worcester sauce, sesame seeds and chilli powder. We're going to be making a chicken and pasta bake with tomatoes and red pepper. Now there are a few different methods here, but the good news is they're all really straightforward. So we're going to start by cooking the chicken. So we're actually going to be using chicken drumsticks here because buying chicken on the bone is actually a lot cheaper than, say, if you were going to buy chicken breasts where they would have been boned for you. Now we're actually going to be cooking them in boiling water, so we're going to poach them, and the reason for this is because it's a lot easier to get the meat off of the bone if you're poaching them, because the meat just tends to fall off a lot easier. Leave them for about 25 minutes until we come back and check how they're doing. Next, make the white sauce by adding 25 grams worth of plain flour, 25 grams of butter and 300 millilitres worth of semi-skimmed milk into a saucepan over a low heat. Continuously whisk the mixture until it's thickened up nicely. Now I'm going to take my multitasking skills to the limit here, and we're going to prepare the onion and tomato whilst the white sauce and the chicken are cooking as well. But I'll also just make sure I'm giving that a whisk every so often as well. So take half an onion, chop that not too finely but not too big at the same time either. So oil's heated up nicely in that saucepan, so I'm just going to add the onions into there. And all we want to do is just stir those for about 5 minutes until they start to become a bit clearer. So we're now going to just get a tin of chopped tomatoes and pour those in as well. And then just stir those tomatoes in, and all you have to do is just leave that on a low simmering point until that tomato sauce has thickened up nicely. So everything's cooking away nicely, and we're just going to put on our final thing, which is 150 grams worth of pasta. So we'll just pour that into another saucepan of boiling water and then leave to simmer away for 10 minutes. So whilst everything's cooking away nicely on the hob there, it would be the perfect time to prepare the pepper. Now this is going to be added into that tomato sauce when it's simmered down, along with the pasta. And we just need to chop the pepper up into small pieces. And remember, if you like the look of this, remember to subscribe and also go to my channel to check out some more recipes. Okay, so we can see that the white sauce is actually just about done. It's nice and thick, and the tomato sauce is simmering down nicely, and it'll be ready in about 5 minutes. So will the chicken, and the pasta has just started to boil, which will need probably about another 7 or 8 minutes. So that white sauce is lovely and thick there, so all we have to do is add 30 grams worth of grated cheddar. And if you have some in your cupboard, just a pinch of ground nutmeg, because that always makes a great companion for white sauce. And then mix that in until the cheese is melted. And finally, just season that with some salt and pepper. Right, so we have our 4 chicken drumsticks here, and then just carefully remove them from the water. And it's really important just to check that they're cooked at this stage. So if you just take a fork and a knife and just cut into them, and then just check for any pink. See how nicely that skin falls off there. And no, we all look good. So what you need to do now, when you're sure that they're cooked, is just to flake off all of that meat from the bone. Now because these are drumsticks, there may be some gristly bits in, so just be aware of those and just cut them out if you come across any. As you can see, we've got a nice lot of chicken there from the drumsticks, so we're just going to quickly put that aside, and we're going to put the peppers into that tomato sauce that we thickened up earlier, along with the pasta that we drained the water out of earlier, and then just give that a good stir to combine the tomato sauce into that pepper and the pasta. And again, I'm just going to add a little bit of seasoning to that as well and stir that in. So all we need to do is get an oven dish, which we're going to put all of this into to make our pasta bake. So take half of the contents of your pasta in the tomato sauce with the peppers and pour half of that into the dish, and then just spread that out nicely. And I like to just put a little drizzle of the white sauce on as well, but not too much because we want to use the majority of that to put on the top of the pasta bake. So after that first layer of pasta, we then need to take the chicken and then just layer that in on top. So we're now going to go for the second half of that pasta, put it over the top of the chicken. Just evenly spread that out again. And then just give white sauce a stir and just pour it all over the top of that pasta. So yeah, just spread that over the top so everything's just about covered. And then simply just sprinkle on about another 30 grams worth of grated cheddar cheese. And then that's ready to be put into a preheated oven on about 190 degrees for about 35 minutes. Okay, so we've just taken it out of the oven and you'll know it's ready when it's nice and golden on top and the cheese is just bubbling away nicely around the edges. This could easily serve between 4 and 6 people, so we'll just cut around the edge and then just serve up onto plates. Okay, and as you can see, it's really easy to make something that can serve loads of people that's also really tasty and easy to prepare. And if you like the look of this recipe and you want to give it a try, make sure you leave a comment below and let us know how you get on.